All right, everyone. Good evening. Happy Friday. Happy Friday to everyone. This is your holistic lifestyle coach and host, Angelina. I am here. It's been months. It's been months since I've been on the Clubhouse app for my Wealth Builders Alliances on Fridays. But I am here tonight and we are doing it. I am also here I'm on stereo on the Stereo app. I am on Facebook and I am on YouTube. So we're going to get this started. There's a lot to talk about. So please, whether you're listening to the live or replay, please make sure that you like and share. Um, so we're going to jump right into it. I hope everybody had a great week. It was a pretty good week for me personally. So um, before we get started, going to give some people a chance to come in. I wanted to share with you all that today is September 1st, and it's this past week was a big week. I celebrated the past week and a half, I guess. I celebrated my youngest son's 18th birthday, and I also celebrated my oldest son that I gave birth to his 25th birthday. So their birthdays are on the 24th and the 30th, right? So we celebrated those birthdays. Very grateful for my children, all my children. So if you all, again, whether you listen now on replay, help me celebrate my offspring's birthdays by investing in yourself. So what I'm looking for, if you go over to my Facebook page, whether it's Angelina, um, Clearest Conscience Lifestyle Coach, or if you go to my Clearest Conscience page on Facebook, um, I have a post pinned. If you go and look at my pinned post, there is a post for acorns, right? And so, with Acorns, if you all do not know what Acorns is an investment app. It's something I've used for a few years now, and it's a really good tool to save extra money. And so, how it works is when you link your debit card up to Acorns, whenever you spend money on that debit card, it rounds up your spare change. Okay, and it actually grows your money. So it's extra money you're not even really thinking about. If you go to the gas station and you spend $20.50, that 50 cents will be rounded up to the nearest dollar. And then that money goes into your Acorns account, and it puts money into an account with stocks and bonds, and again, it grows your money and it teaches you how to grow money. So I want to invite everyone to go over to my Facebook page. Again, whether it's Angelina, Clearest Conscience Lifestyle Coach, or if you go to my Clearest Conscience page, um, you can find that link pinned there. When you sign up for Acorns, okay, you can sign up for as little as $5 a month. And again, that money is invested, and they will match you $5 when you start with a $5 investment. So that's a good way to get started. And again, it's saving spare change. It's nothing that you're really going to be missing. In fact, you're growing your money without really thinking about it. So please go over and look at that. Please use the link on my Facebook page to do that. It would be so helpful. I'm looking for, since I did celebrate my children's 18th and 25th birthdays, I am looking for um, 18 to 25 people to sign up between today and September 9th. So if you have Acorns, please feel free to um, go look at that link on my page and share that link with others. Or if you're with Acorns, then I advise you to share that link, share your own link. But yes, please check that out. And that's where we get this conversation from tonight, with the 21 side hustle ideas, it's actually coming from Acorns. And so I know for a long time I was paying the $5 a month, and I just upgraded it to $10. Or no, I pay $9 a month now, and it's for it's a lot more perks with it. I know that you can get a living will. That'll be your living will with it. There's a whole lot of advantages if you have children. Setting up accounts for your children, setting up retirement accounts, so all kinds of things with Acorns. So please check that out. Again, check it out on my Facebook page. It's pinned under my post. And let's see if we can get 18 to 25 people to click that link before September 9th, which is next Saturday. So again, this conversation is coming from a lot of the resources that are from Acorns. And so for the next few weeks, that's what I'm going to be focusing on. And because I do pay that extra money to get that exclusive, and again, that money is going into an account to grow my funds, so it's not a big deal. But because of that, I'm going to be sharing some information with everyone on a weekly basis to try to help us all win, right? So let's get started. I have Queen Kathy B in the house, and I always love having her here. So I'm going to bring her up if she's available to talk. I try to come back on Fridays with Queen Kathy in mind. We are with the United Empires of the Kiva line, and we get so busy. And I know she tries to be available throughout the day. And so Queen Kathy, I had you in mind when I switched it back to 8 o'clock, because I know you are winding down from work. And so let's see if you can come up. If not, it's cool. We're going to start this conversation in just a sec. So let me look at my phone. So, Grand Rising Queen, how are you?
Fine. How are you?
I am well, thank you. I am well, sitting here sipping on coffee, staying awake for this conversation. Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Okay. Well, I'm hoping to listen in. I'm out of town visiting.
Oh, shoot. Yes, you are.
Yeah.
Oh, yes, you are. Yes, you are. I'm happy for that. Cool beans. Hope that's going well. Okay, so Queen
Yes.
Kathy's going to listen in. Cool beans. Thank you for being here.
Yeah, I'll try to tap in, or if you have questions or something or whatever. But I'm looking forward to hear what you're going to talk about today.
Cool beans.
And I miss you. I haven't seen you in the text.
I know.
I saw you today.
I had an interesting situation with work. I'm going to tell you about it offline because it's almost unbelievable. Okay. So I've been spinning my wheels over here. So it's all good though. It's all good. It's all good. Yes. So no complaints though. Just life. What do you do?
Okay.
Yes, I'm gonna have to jump back in there and see what's going on. Yeah, I definitely need to do that. Okay, so tonight let me find this article.
And then I'm gonna
go ahead, Queen. Okay, go ahead. Okay, so again, this is coming from Acorns. So I'm just gonna read some of this off. Again, there's 21 things. We're gonna try to get through them all. I know I have a whole different list of some things as far as side hustles. So the ones I'm reading off are very interesting, and they're gonna be fun to kind of tap into. Hopefully, it might resonate with some of you. As far as looking for different things to do. So give me just a second, and we will read them off. I don't know which phone I want to use. Sometimes my phones lock up on me, so I want to make sure I don't get locked out. Okay. All right. So 21 side hustles. It says if you're looking for an extra income stream, there's probably a side hustle out there for you to help you earn cash in your spare time. Some potential perks of side hustles include doing them on your own time and selling skills or space you have to those who need them. Ideas include renting out spare closets, garages, helping out with organizational or decluttering tasks, all kinds of things. So we're going to go into those. It says, what would you do with an extra $5,000 per year? A lot of people don't think that's a lot of money, but it's $5,000 more than you would have. So before we begin, I want to advise everyone to set some goals, write down your goals, and make them realistic, tangible goals, especially for the short term. Do short term goals and then do long term goals. And don't overwhelm yourself, so that you can actually achieve these goals. So it says, according to researchers, um, $5,000 is the average amount people earn with side gigs a year. That's enough to pay off a chunk of your student loans or credit card debt, build an emergency fund, or pay for a vacation. Things of those sorts, right? I don't know about you, but I think I would like $5,000 more a month. I don't know about you. So some of these side hustles will not necessarily get you there, but it's definitely a start, to think about some things. And as you think about these things, you can grow in your visions, right? In your entrepreneurship. So it says side hustles are types of work you do in your spare time to earn extra cash. So side hustles are not the same as entrepreneurships necessarily. It's more like a hobby thing that you take advantage of, or just something kind of spur of the moment. Where entrepreneurship is, for me, is more so, building your own and becoming your own boss and having some stability, right? So that's my opinion with that. It says while you may know about most common side gigs, like completing online surveys or driving for rideshare companies, you may not be aware of all the opportunities out there. But there are hundreds of ways to make money outside of your daily job. And so we're going to go over a few of those. Okay. Delivering groceries, right? So we all know about Instacart and Uber, what is it, Uber One or whatnot. Those are services as far as side hustles. That was the first one they mentioned. Those, of course, those are things that you can do in your spare time. It is working for another company. Um, I know before they mentioned doing surveys, those surveys take an extended period of time. I've played with them before. If you have spare time on your hands, doing online surveys is not a bad idea. Um, I don't think it's the most, profitable for the time that you spend doing those. They ask you a lot of questions, and I feel like it's a way for them to kind of collect information, um, for pennies on the dollar, but to each its own. Moving forward, another side hustle, suggestion is cleaning homes. Um, it says if you pride yourself on cleaning abilities, this is a good way to earn some extra money. Um, they have some links here that you can look at, that I can look at. One of those links is called Handy. I'm gonna put it. I can't put it in the chat. It's called Handy. Handy. Look, if you're looking for opportunities for home cleaning gigs. It's very probable to start your own home cleaning business. I know my queen mother, recently did that this year. So shout out to R&B Elite, home cleaning services here in Indianapolis, Indiana. Um, she has her website up. It's RANDB Elite, RNBElite.com. So check her out. Um, And I'm proud to say that I was blessed to help her create that website. So I'm very proud. Okay. So, and we'll get back to websites. That's another side hustle. We'll get back to that here shortly. But yeah, um, home cleaning is a very profitable business, especially with our hang on, I want to make some notes. Give me just a second as I'm speaking. I don't want to forget anything. Um, hang on just a sec. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm had to make some notes, but especially when it comes to our the Airbnbs popping up, that is a really good way to make some additional money. I know when I was in Atlanta, when I went down for the Black Agenda meeting for 2023, shout out to Michi X and MX Network. We went down there and we stayed in a really nice Airbnb. That was the first time that I stayed in an Airbnb, and I know that we the cleaning services alone were $200. So that's a decent way to get a side hustle going. Offering moving help is another one. Says if you are strong in physical, a great side gig is providing labor to people that need help moving furniture um, or loading their stuff into a moving truck. Says you can find gigs in your area on Dolly. Dolly is spelled Dolly. So, and before I move on, make sure you guys, I'm gonna give you a second, grab a pen and paper so you can write these things down. Again, if you have Acorns, this is the premium package that I pay for. Has so much content as far as earning and saving and investing and retirement, all kinds of things. So this is where I'm getting this information from. So I'm going to read off these links that they have. I cannot share. There's no way to share them, so I'm just going to read them off for you. But so with the moving services, if you have a vehicle, even if you have a van, if you have a nice sized truck, that's something that you can do as far as a side hustle. Greetings, Tree. Welcome on the stereo app. So yeah, so with the moving help, you can do that on the side. I know you're going to get a lot of different resources. I know Canva's one where you can actually print off like the little magnetic car sticker kind of things. So if you have a side hustle like that, you can put those things on your car, on your vehicle to advertise. So the moving venture is a very profitable side hustle. Another one, if you have a dolly, if you have if you have a hitch for your vehicle, if you have a truck, towing is a good one. Towing small vehicles, that is another side hustle. Just one that I'm putting in there on the side, right? You never know when somebody's broke down. Do you know how long it takes when you're waiting for a tow truck? I've been broke down on the side of the road plenty of times, and they'll tell you an hour, then 2 hours, then 3 hours, and it's like you're sitting there waiting. So having that extra side hustle kind of person that's available and marketing that is a good strategy also. The next one, again, if I'm pausing you, I'm probably making notes. Assembling furniture. It says if you are a champion at assembling furniture, you can find people who pay you to take the challenge off their hands. To find gigs, check out Task Rabbits. TASK and then rabbits, like bunny rabbit. So Task Rabbit. I can't speak too much on this one. That sounds like an interesting job. I would that would be something that you would probably market on social media heavily. I don't know how you would market that. I know there are a lot of places where you buy your furniture and they will assemble it for you. So maybe it. What was that, Queen?
And this is right. This is awesome information. It's right on time because my daughter was complaining about having to get another job, and you definitely have given me some ideas. So right on time.
Thank you.
So this is awesome. Keep it up. Thank you. Keep
Thank
going.
you, Queen. Thank you. I'm gonna have to find me a couple of these gigs too. I'm gonna pull some of them out. So yeah, gift wrapping. That's an interesting one. So, and I guess you think of gift wrapping more so around the holidays, but there's always things going on. Mother's Day, Father's Day. I know I started making gift baskets, and I was using. I like to recycle, so I was using. And I'm going to show you guys pictures. I'm going to put them up on my Facebook page so you can see them because you would never know that I made them out of cardboard boxes. And so what I do is I use construction tape, like the colored tape. I have purple, green, red, blue, all kinds of colors. You can use that. You can use fabric. You can use ribbon, and you make gift boxes out of those. And you can just fill them with nice things, and you sell those. So I did a whole bunch of them for Mother's Day. I use Melaleuca products. They're all natural products that I buy online. So for Mother's Day, I think I did the hand soaps. I did chapsticks and lip glosses. I did body wash and body lotion, all of them all natural. So it was easy for me to set those packages up without having to worry about them being sensitive for someone's skin because of the all natural products and made a pretty good profit off of that. Go ahead, Queen. You said what? You're in the Matrix.
Yep, my connection.
Okay, say it again.
Okay, it's my connection. I thought it was you, but I think it's me. So never mind.
Oh, sorry. So yeah, I did that. I did with the gift baskets. I did. You can do like little you buy the small 4 packs of like the individual wines. You can do like those, and so you do a small wine in each box, and do like 2 wine glasses from the dollar store, something nice, and you can sell these baskets for $50. It might take you $10 to make them, realistically. So those are good ideas. They're good for birthdays. They're good for baby showers. You can sell them for baby shower gifts. Um, and then here it suggests that you can find clients on the Nextdoor app, as far as selling those things. And with Nextdoor, that is an app where you link up with people in your immediate neighborhood. And it's linked by zip code, so you can find things that are going on in your neighborhood, news and reports and all that stuff. Right. Shout out to I don't like Nextdoor. I'm just gonna say that. They give me more problems than I've ever had. I have never been shadow banned, but I've been shadow banned from a community, uh, you know, a real community, because I advertise. So good luck with that. Whatever. So try that out. The next one is junk removal, which is interesting. Okay, so we're going to get into this one because believe it or not, this is very profitable, especially if you have a van or a truck. This is very profitable. So it says homeowners often have large piles of yard debris or old furniture that their regular trash service won't take. If you have a truck, you can make money by picking up neighbors' junk and taking it to a local trash dump. You can sign up with Curbit, Curbit, and it's a dash, Curbit, to find removal jobs in your area. So here's the thing with that. As a nurse, I was working in a facility, and they were upgrading the washers and dryers in all the units. And I linked up with a black man. I'm going to share his story really quickly. It's a black man that is an entrepreneur, and Lord forgive me, I can't remember his name or his business, but he sells appliances. here in Indianapolis. And I'm going to find his name really quickly so I can give him his accolades. City Appliance. That's what it's called. It's called City Appliance here in Indianapolis, Indiana. So I met him through my king uncle and my queen aunt, Brian and Gloria Carter, when they were doing their Black men's group, one of their sessions, right? So this young man he started his business because when he was younger, as he shared, he was younger and he was working for Rent a Center, and he realized, um, especially in the Black community and impoverished communities, that people were renting things that they could not afford, and they were paying 2, 3, 4 times as much, for these appliances by renting them because they could not afford to buy them right out. And so he started accumulating appliances to where he got his own business. And so when we threw out over they weren't washers and dryers. They were mini refrigerators. They did have some washers and dryers. Most of them were mini refrigerators. It was like over 100, maybe 150 of them. I called him. He came and got rid of that quote unquote junk. Do you know how much money he probably sold those refrigerators for? They were in good condition. I got one, and we were actually able to give everyone that wanted one that was working that day a refrigerator, and he still had plenty to sell. So those kind of things, as far as the junk removal, can be very, very profitable. Um, if you link up with people that that had that going on, people are getting rid of junk all the time. You can scrap stuff all the time and make some side money. So that's that one. The next one is caring for pets. I am not a big. I have a dog. I don't play with people's pets like that. But if you love pets, you hear my dog right now, Lucy. See, this is what I'm talking about. I have a beagle. She's so sweet. So, Lucille, stop. So, if you're into pets like that, it says animal lovers can make money by walking dogs and pet sitting. Prices vary based on number of pets you are caring for at the time. You can find pet sitting jobs on rover.com and care.com. Okay, rover.com and care.com. I know I had a friend, she had a constant side hustle. Everybody in her neighborhood, when they would go out of town, she was the go-to person for dog sitting. At the time, she didn't have any children, and it worked perfect for her. So, and she made a lot of money doing that. Even looking into selling pet items, reselling pet items, that is a profitable thing to do. So there's a lot you can do with pets. Um, and I think there's a couple things that with that we're going to go down the line. Let me see. Yeah, we'll go down the line with that. So there's an idea for that. Renting out your parking space. This was an interesting one when I saw this one. It says in some areas, your parking spaces can be a valuable asset. If you have a garage, a driveway, or a designated parking space that you don't use, you can rent that space out for cash on sites like Spacer or Spot Hero. Spacer or Spot Hero. I've not looked into these sites, so go ahead and check those out. Maybe we can follow up and look into those. So I know a lot of apartment complexes have set parking spots, and sometimes you get one or two, right, for free. And everybody else, if you don't have a parking spot, a designated parking spot, they will tow your stuff. I've been told so many times in my own neighborhood, it drove me crazy. I tell you what, it pays to have your own because they were getting me, boy. But say for instance, if you have parking spots and you don't, say you have an extra parking spot or you don't have a vehicle or whatever the case is, that would be a good opportunity to rent those spaces out to your neighbors, you know, um, especially when you need that space like that. Another thing you can do, and I think it might be down the line, If it's not, I'll come back to it and I'll mention it. But yeah, you can rent your spaces out like that. I know there was a gentleman here. Was a story about a gentleman here in Indianapolis, and he would go and he would clean up the parking areas downtown. And he did it for so long that, and you have to look into the legalities of it. But he did it for a long enough period of time where he could take ownership of that abandoned lot because he kept it clean, and over time he was able to acquire that lot for no money because he oversaw it and it did not own it, it did not belong to anyone. And once he acquired it, what he would do would be he would go downtown during major events, like, if you have the Super Bowl in town or, whatever, sporting events, whatever's going on. And he would, rent out those parking spaces. You pay to park downtown. He'll rent those spaces out, collect his money, and he'd go home. You know what I'm saying? It's that simple. I won't say having those lots is that simple. You do have to do your due diligence again as far as understanding the legalities of how to do that. But that is an option as far as renting your parking spaces out and acquiring a lot space as well. The next one is going to be writing and editing. I love to write. I love to edit. Um, so here are a couple links for that. It says businesses always need content for their websites, logos, social media sites, and newsletters. Since many companies don't have the budget to hire full-time writers, they outsource a lot of content creation to freelance writers and editors. So freelance writing is just people that kind of, you know, you pick up side jobs, odd jobs, right? It says why you can find clients by reaching out to businesses on your own. You can use Upwork, UPWORK. You can use freelancer.com, and you can use Verb, Verb, Verblio. That is spelled VERBILO. To start earning money from writing. So I know I love doing resumes. I know I joke about it, but I've done obituaries before. I write all kinds of things, poetry. Um, I enjoy it. It's a good way to make some side money again. And those links are Upwork, freelancer.com, Lucy, and Verblio. Um, you can also advertise on Fiverr. And Fiverr is spelled FIV. What is it? FIVERR. Let me look. I think I'm spelling it wrong. FIVERR. Fiverr.com. If that's something you do, you can advertise your skills on Fiverr as well as looking for people, freelance jobs. Um, Another one I'm thinking about, since I mentioned poetry and whatnot, open mic nights. Open mic nights are always fun to do. You can do them in a venue. You can do them online and charge a small fee for open mic nights, and poetry nights, right? So the next one is going to be serve as a virtual assistant. I thought this was interesting. It says a virtual assistant is an administrative professional that provides support to businesses or individuals from afar. You can do a variety of tasks like managing social media accounts, scheduling appointments, and providing customer service. You can find clients on your own, or you can go through services like Belay, I think it's BELAY, Belay, or Time, etc. TimeETC.com or TimeECT. So Time, etc. to start making money. So if you think about that, those people that you have, those automated kind of conversations, those a lot of those are virtual assistants. You have a lot of virtual assistants when you're doing like the chat bots, when you're asking questions online. So those are some side hustles in regards to the virtual assistants. Then there's tutoring, right? tutoring either in person or online. So since COVID's hit, online tutoring is a big thing, right? So it says it could be a great side hustle for people that are experts in a particular subject. The best subjects to tutor are math and science, but helping students prepare for standardized testing like the SAT can also be in demand service. You can start tutoring through sites like Chegg, and Chegg is spelled Chegg. So check that out. And again, I'm going to check some of these out. Again, I'm reading from acorns.com. Greetings, queens in the chat, in stereo. I'm reading from acorns.com with my premier my premium membership to that. So again, please go over to my Facebook page at Angelina um Clearest Conscience Lifestyle Coach, or you can go to my Clearest Conscience page on Facebook. And if you go to those links pinned, you can click on that and get signed up with Acorns. Moving forward, teaching English. It says learning English as a second language is increasingly in demand, making it a great side gig for native English speakers. If you look at, it's called VIP Kid or EF Education First. VIP Kid, KID, or EF Education First. You can get started there. So you all know there's a lot of we have a lot of immigration migration going on. So if you're able to speak those languages, like if you are a Spanish speaker where you can, interact in order to teach English to Spanish speaking people, that would be a great side hustle. The next one is rent out storage space. Says if you have an extra closet space, empty basement, or spare attic space, you can turn that unused space into cash by renting it out to locals that need a safe space to store their items. How much you can earn varies by location and the size of a space you have to offer. It says, for example, in Philadelphia, a 10 by 10 foot storage space costs $150 a month on average. And you can list your space on for rent on neighbor.com. So that's neighbor.com for that. There was another site I looked at as far as offering your space up for rent. I can't remember what that one was, but check out neighbor.com. It might have been that one. I'm not quite sure, but check that out. But again, if you have garage space, if you have attic space, if you have an extra room, that might be a good idea as far as renting space out. Like I said, the 10 by 10 space is $150 a month. So you just have to figure though who you want coming in and out of your space to get their stuff. So for me, I will say err on the side of caution. You don't want people in your space like that. So just be careful how you handle that. I'll say that. The next one is sell handmade crafts. Says whether you love to crochet or draw, you can sell your handmade crafts on sites like Facebook Marketplace or Etsy. Etsy's a really good place to sell one of a kind stuff. Um, how much you can make depends on what you're selling and other factors. So it's worth checking out the competition's price before you get started. So that's a very good idea. But nonetheless, even if you have competition, don't hesitate on putting your stuff out there, right? Be unique, be you, and be confident in making some money in everything you do. So Etsy's always a good one. Flip furniture. You can often score free or inexpensive furniture on Craigslist or at yard sales. If you have a knack for refinishing or restoring furniture, you can turn that skill into cash by flipping your finds online, and the profits will vary by piece, it says. So we're going to take a quick second. I'm going to play this really quickly.
So much
wonderful things.
Thank you, Tree. Thank you, Queen Tree. That is Tree from Stare on the Stereo app. Um thank you for the support. I appreciate it. So the next one, start a blog. If you love to write, starting a blog can be a great side gig. You can blog about any subject you want. For example, you can start a blog all about caring for iguanas or about local sustainable gardens. Okay, the iguana one is different, but Queen Kathy is in now. She is on vacay. Um, she is working so diligently with her garden, with her yard, and I just love it. Um, so we've talked about doing books, doing all kinds of things as far as gardening. So that's an awesome way to tap into that and share those kind of things. Share whatever you're doing in a blog. People do like to read, they like interesting content. It says you can make money through advertising, affiliate marketing. I'm going to step into that in just a second. And selling digital or physical products. You can get started through a site on WordPress, which I love to use, or Bluehost. I've never used Bluehost. I have to see about that one. I do like WordPress. Earnings vary depend on your niche and how you monetize your work. So you do have to advertise, you do have to market and get yourself out there and let people know what you have going on when you're doing that, and encourage people to stay involved, right? With the affiliate marketing, that is one of my favorite ones to talk about. It is something that brings passive income um, just by posting. I know Amazon is a great one to do affiliate marketing with. If you have something that you want to promote, simply attach that to your social media, share that information, and when people shop using that link, you get paid. And so that's what affiliate marketing is. And you can go to if you go to any website, if you go to target.com, you go to walmart.com, anything like that, you scroll all the way down, you'll find something that says become an affiliate or affiliate marketing or become a partner, something to that extent. When you click on those, that's where you have the opportunity to sign up for those things. So you want to be able to post whatever you're linked up with on a social media site or on a website. Okay. So those are some ideas with that. Again, I love it. You do have to advertise it and let people know that it's out there. So try that out. I think it's a good idea. The next one is sell your photos. It says if you love photography, turning your hobby into a side hustle could be a great way to make money. You can sell your photos online, even photos that you took with your smartphone. Who's not taking pictures with their smartphone? Everyone is. I cannot remember the last time I've seen a camera. Okay. Um, it says through sites like FOAP, FOAP, F is in Frank, FOAP, FOAP. One photo can sell to multiple clients. So your photos can become passive sources of income. On FOAP, you get 50% of the profit of each photo that's of yours that's sold, usually netting you about $5 a photo. So I'm going to look into that again. We'll come back into this conversation next week and I'll see what I can find and we'll do some follow ups and give some reviews on some of these. And if you all are looking into them, I'd love to hear what you all have to say. So shoot me a line at clearasconscience@gmail.com. Or you can hit me in, you can inbox me on Facebook, right? And let me know if you all have looked into any of these and what you think. So jumping right back into it, excuse me, rent out your backyard. If you own a home, you can use your space to earn extra money by renting it out. If you have a yard that's fenced in, you can post it on sniff spots and rent it out to dog owners that don't have their own yards. So sniff spot. SNIFF sniff spots. It says you can usually charge between $4 and $12 per hour per dog. So basically, it's kind of like having a dog park in your backyard. Says, or if you have a swimming pool, you can rent it out on swimply.com, SWIMPLY, Swimply. That's cool. That's different. It says in general, pools on Swimply rent for a max of $60 to $75 per hour. So maybe if someone was having like a pool party or something like that, you can rent your pool space out like that. That's interesting.
That's very interesting.
Yes, I was gonna say, there you go, Queen Kathy.
Jumped in on that one, like, no.
There you go.
No. I cannot.
You know how I feel about pools. I can't share no pool space with nobody.
Yeah. Ever since 2020, a lot of things came out. So.
Yes.
But I had to jump in on that one.
Yes, I was thinking about you. I certainly was thinking about you. That would be different. I'd be very upset about that. There'd be so much chlorine. you know. Anyhow, so for those, not to discourage anyone else, washing and folding laundry is another one. It says another way to make money is to start a laundry service, particularly if you live in an area where a lot of business professionals live. You can earn cash by picking up laundry, washing it, and delivering it folded. You can advertise your service on Craigslist or through word of mouth. And again, the Nextdoor app is a really good app to use as far as locally in your neighborhood. I'll say this. I have a friend that, I don't know, my dog is barking at. I have a friend, and her brother has such a business, and they deal with restaurants. So they go in with the restaurants. You can do hotels, right, and pick up all that linen and have it professionally cleaned, and then have it sent back. Again, if you are doing laundry, pardon me for just 1 second. Lucille, come here. This stray cat. I'm sitting outdoors, everyone. It doesn't matter what time of day it is. I'm always outdoors. I got my socks and my long sleeves and my pants on so the mosquitoes don't get me too bad. So we'll see how it goes.
Queen Tina does like the laundry parties. That she does. I believe it's with the condos, I believe.
Okay,
so
yeah.
Similar to that. So the laundry one is not bad.
Yeah, I mean, it's a nice, serene way to, I think it'd be serene. Mind your business, get in the laundromat, get some clothes done, especially if you're at the laundromat. I wouldn't advise doing big loads at home. Get to a laundromat, know the good best times of day to do that, where you can occupy most of them at one time and just get it done. So again, like doing the hotels, the condos, the Airbnbs, the restaurants where they use linen and whatnot. That's a really good way to make some money, especially if you get tied in with contracts. If you can get a contract for something like that, that's a really good idea. The next one is rent out your car. It says if you have a car you don't always use, you can rent it out through a site like Turo. That's spelled Turo. Turo is a car sharing marketplace where you can list your car for other people to use. You set your own price and availability, and people searching for a rental in your area will be able to find and book your car. According to Turo, the average owner makes maybe a little over $10,000 per year for a single car. So that's a good idea. Even if you were to purchase, I know Facebook Marketplace has a lot of cars for very cheap. You can find a $2,000 car. You rent it out. I don't know how you would rent it. You can look up prices and do comparisons
at actual rental companies, and maybe go a little lower than that, of course. Not too low. You don't want to shortchange yourself, but go a little lower, especially if someone uses on a regular basis. Say someone, they have a spouse, and their spouse goes out of town every once in a while for work, or I don't know, you need that one extra car. That's a good way to get repeat business like that. So that's an idea where you're not just giving away an extra car, but you can actually invest in a vehicle and rent those out. $2,000 for a vehicle, you're renting out for $300 for the weekend. 3-4 days. You'll make your money back in no time. And then if you want to charge, for mileage or whatnot, that's a decent way to make some money, I would reckon. So you all keep a lookout for things like on marketplace, unless you do have just an old car that's just sitting there. Um, that might be profitable, and it might be more beneficial than doing something like Uber. I don't know, or Lyft. I don't know. And then the last one they have here is organized homes. It says you can make money by helping people declutter and organize their homes. You can start by offering your services to friends and family, and then advertise your services on sites like TaskRabbit. Um, Prices vary, so check out what similar services are going for in your area when you're starting out. Um, so there's that. I have a friend that was looking into doing that for cabinet spaces, like doing declutterization for cabinets um and closets. So that's a decent idea, I reckon. So definitely check those things out. Those are a few ideas. Again, I think I wrote one down. Um, oh, and then websites. Like I was saying something earlier about websites. Creating websites, which is something I've done. I've learned to do. Um, that is a good way. Content creating is a good way to make a side hustle, especially for those that are always on social media playing around anyhow. That is a very good side hustle. So just those are just a few ideas. I will say that anything that you do, take your time. Don't just jump into anything. Take your time, because once you start something, you do want to be consistent, and a lot of these things do take a little bit of time, especially when it comes to marketing. A lot of these things that we talked about don't require a lot of money to start up, but it does take a lot of time and energy. Um, when it comes to marketing, when it comes to advertising, you definitely have to be consistent, um, and do your due diligence. Make sure you do your research again with some of these ideas. Just be safe and cautious when you're opening your space to people, when you're connecting in different spaces. Just be very cautious about where you're going and who you're dealing with. That's important. Safety first. Safety first. Um, I'm looking back on over some of these, like with the laundry parties, like Queen Kathy was saying, if you're doing laundry and things like that. I know a lot of people do laundry and laundromats in the evenings when it's not so busy. Just pay attention to your surroundings, right? Um, when you're doing the photos, I'm just reflecting back on some of these. When it was talking about selling your photos on FOAP, FOAP, just be careful about the content you're sharing. If you have children, do you want your children's photos out there? Do you want photos of your home? Just be cautious about what you're putting out there, and just know how those things are being used. When it comes to that, when it comes to the car rentals, I would suggest, even when it comes to renting out space, I would do background checks on people. I would make sure that they are insured. Okay, when it comes to um, renting out your car, I'll make sure your car is insured for sure. That should be a no brainer, but I'll say it anyways. Make sure your home is insured. Make sure everything that you do, you're insured. Okay. And over time, when you start doing these side hustles, if you find that they are lucrative, and you're making consistent, decent money, you may want to consider looking into doing business as, or looking into an LLC, depending on how well your business is, just so that you are not um, in default with your taxes. When they see that you're making all this extra money and they want to know what's going on with that, because the government's always in people's business and whatnot. So we want to make sure that once, if you start these side hustles or any side hustle, that you are that your finances are safe as well, right? um so that is all. I guess I'm trying to restructure these to where we can learn some things and they're tangible. I am going to put these up. I'm going to put these sites up on my Facebook page. So definitely check those out. I'll go through and do my due diligence and put those up on my Facebook page so you all can get a hold of those. Again, please look at the pinned post on my page, either my Angelina Clearest Conscience Lifestyle Coach or my Clearest Conscience page on Facebook, and you can see those links pinned. I want to see 18 to 25 people from now till next Saturday, which is the 9th. Sign up for Acorns if you've not signed up for Acorns, and please use that link, okay? It'll be very helpful. Again, once you sign up for Acorns with that link, they will match you $5. You can start your account with $5. And again, it is a savings investment to where it invests your spare change. So you're not paying for anything. You're not paying for a service necessarily. You are putting your money into an account that grows your money. And it's just spare change that you would not really think about, going, like I said, if you swipe your card at, the gas station and you put $20.50 in your tank, that extra 50 cents is going to go to your Acorns account. And it builds by way of stocks and bonds. I know my son, I started his account last year, um, and he's up, let me see, he's up to almost $1,200. And I just add little bits every month. But that's money for him to be invested in his future, right? You can start a checking account with Acorns. I know I'm about to get rid of my Chase account. That $12.99 fee for not having direct deposit is ridiculous. So Chase is gonna go bye-bye here in just a minute. What else is there on Acorns? When you choose to go with the premium service, like I said, the information I just read to you is through Acorns. From that premium service, there is so much information there to help you earn and save and invest and all that good stuff. So I am going to that's what we're going to be going over for the Wealth Builders Alliances on the Clubhouse app every Friday. Is information to help people build their wealth through alliances. This is an alliance. We're going to help build one another's wealth. We're going to build our wealth through knowledge. So again, check out that Acorn site. Sign up for yourself. So you have to depend on me to get you this knowledge. But in the meantime, that's what we're going to do because we want everybody to grow and be financially independent. So that is really all I have for tonight. I never get on here and get off at a decent time, and it's always a good conversation. But again, I'm trying to be more structured. So that's all I have. Queen Kathy, do you have anything?
This was awesome. Thank you for this information.
My pleasure.
Really good, very helpful.
My pleasure. Thank you for tuning in. I appreciate it. I appreciate it. Definitely.
Sure.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, I'm gonna get ready to get off of here. You all make sure while I've got Queen Kathy on here, make sure you all check out. Go to again, we are part of the United Empires of Akebalon, along with Queen Tina Berry with Straight No Chaser with the Queen, who you can find on YouTube, on Instagram, on Facebook, on everywhere. We've got Mind Games, we got D Mays with Mind Games Uncut. You can find him every Tuesday at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on YouTube, always giving good knowledge. We've got Pablo X with us. We got Mr. P with us. So check out the United Empires of Akibalon.com. Akibalon is spelled ALKEBULAN. That is so important that you check that out, because while we're talking about growing wealth and wealth builders alliances, that is an alliance that you definitely want to be a part of. We are thriving to secure land, um, for farming, for residential, for black celebrations, getaways, safe spaces, everything Black excellence. So definitely check out that website. We are building wealth together, and we want to build wealth with you. You can also check out our website, the United Empires of Akibalon, the UEOA, has started a radio station. So we are the Good Morning from Africatown, Los Angeles morning radio show. You can check us out on our website at www.gmfatla.com and see what's going on there. Again, that is part of us bringing awareness and bringing that wealth to the United Empires, to do great things in the Black community and change the outcome for the better. So that is all I have. I appreciate y'all listening. I greatly appreciate Queen Tina being here. Thank you, Tree on Stereo, for your feedback. And thank you all for the love. Thank you all on Facebook and YouTube that are listening live or on the replay. Please make sure you like and share. Please make sure you go to that link that is pinned on my Facebook page. And until next time, until next Friday, we will be here the same time. Sorry that it's been so long, but we will be here next Friday. Again, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 7 p.m. Central Standard Time, to chime back into conversations on building our wealth. So until next time, thank you so much, Queen Kathy, for being here. I love you so much. Thank you, everybody on Stereo, for being here.
I'll be right back.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, everybody on Facebook, YouTube, all that good jazz. And until next time, peace, love, and a whole bunch of blessings. Take care.